Tonight we're broadcasting. Hello! We're live at the 2022 Patriot Awards. We're in beautiful Hollywood, the free state of Florida. Is this a free state here? Just checking. And by the way, we're joined on set many special guests tonight. LJ, Lawrence Jones, Ainsley Earhart, and the one and only Laura Ingraham will be right here with us on the show. Also tonight we'll check in with Herschel Walker. But first we have big news from Capitol Hill. I know this is going to make you very sad and very tearful. Nancy Pelosi announced she will no longer be seeking a leadership role in the next Congress. Nancy Pelosi has been fired. Her time at the top is over, and it ended with a big loss. Now, Republicans now have control of the House, and soon, for the first time in 2 years, this administration will finally get their feet held to the fire. That includes the big guy himself, Joe Biden, who has long been accused of public corruption, but not just any public corruption. According to bank records, government documents, Hunter Biden's laptop from hell, Biden sold access to the highest levels of our federal government to America's foreign adversaries, countries that hate us. Do we have a president of the United States that's compromised? And of course, he ended up using his crack-addicted son as a bag man. Hunter Biden, with no experience, collected millions from the, former First Lady of Moscow, and then a $100 million investment from her as it relates to real estate. And of course, they got money from Ukraine. And Hunter went on Good Morning America. Any experience in oil, gas, energy, or Ukraine? Nope. Why do you think you made millions of dollars? I don't know. Maybe because of your father? Then, of course, China. A $100,000 shopping spree for Hunter and his family. $1.5 billion deal with the Bank of China. And tonight we're learning this is just the tip of the iceberg. U.S. banks, we now know, filed more than 150 suspicious activity reports with the federal government over foreign transactions from Hunter and Joe Biden's brother, Jim. Hunter alone had lucrative financial relationships with numerous shady foreign nationals in more than a dozen countries. And according to Hunter himself, well, a cut of those proceeds was always set aside for the big guy. In text found on Hunter's laptop, he complained bitterly about having to give up half of his income to Pops. He even paid for upkeep on Joe's mansion in Delaware. But Joe Biden, he denied any knowledge of his son's business deals or ever even talking to his son about his foreign business dealings. Take a look.
Mr. Vice President, how many times have you ever spoken to your son about his overseas business dealings?
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings. I have never discussed with my son or my brother or anyone else anything having to do with their businesses, period. And what I will do is the same thing we did in our administration. There will be an absolute wall between personal and private and the government.
Do you stand by your statement that you did not discuss any of your son's overseas business dealings?
Yes, I stand by that statement.
All right, Joe Biden lied to the entire country. In photograph after photograph after photograph, he was pictured with his son's foreign business partners. In fact, there's evidence that Joe met with at least 14 of these individuals just between 2010 and 2018 alone. And now the Republican Congress, they will be demanding answers. Take a look.
In 2019, shortly after announcing his campaign for president, Joe Biden told the American people he had nothing to do with and never had conversations with his family about their business dealings. That was a lie. The Bidens flourished and became millionaires by simply offering access to the family. Among the dozens of shell companies the Bidens set up, there were millions of dollars of wire transfers, flights on Air Force Two to conduct personal business, and meetings with heads of state, all while Joe Biden was aware of what was happening. This is an investigation of Joe Biden, the President of the United States, and why he lied to the American people about his knowledge and participation in his family's international business schemes.
Now, the White House, they're calling this a long-debunked conspiracy theory, but we know better. The pictures are real. The laptop from hell is real. Hunter's business associates are real. And one of those business associates, Tony Bobulinski, will join us on this important day. He's right here on set with us. And as Congressman Jordan described, this is anything but a debunked conspiracy theory. Let's take a look.
Never forget how this story has changed. I mean, think about this. When it started off, it was, no, it's not his laptop. It's not his laptop. Then it was, well, it's his laptop, but remember, it's Russian disinformation and no one did anything wrong. Then it was, well, maybe he did something wrong, but President Biden didn't know about it. And now it's, well, maybe President Biden knew about it and was involved, but it didn't influence his decisions.
I'm blind. Obviously, it's important that Biden is fully investigated. Did he offer favors in exchange for cash? Did the family avoid paying taxes or launder foreign money? How much of that money went up in smoke? Literally. Foreign investors, politicians, you don't give millions of dollars to a crackhead for no reason. But this investigation goes beyond the Bidens and the White House. This isn't just about public corruption, but also the individuals who tried to cover it up. Take a look.
We just did a report 2 weeks ago, Judiciary Committee, a report that talked about the political influence and the political shenanigans going on in our Justice Department based on 14 FBI agents who've come talk to our office as whistleblowers. One of those agents said, and this is the term he used, he said, at the highest levels of the FBI, specifically the Washington field office, he said it's rotted to the core. When is the FBI going to quit interfering with elections? 2016, they spied on President Trump's campaign. 2018, it was the Mueller investigation. 2020, they suppressed information about the Hunter Biden story. 2022, they raided the president's home 91 days before an election. Maybe it'd be nice if the FBI and the Justice Department just stayed out of it and let we the people decide who we think should represent us.
There you have deep state bias, a two-tiered system of justice, big tech censorship. Democrats were in charge of Congress for years. They never dared investigate any of this. Why is that? Because this corruption goes one up. It benefits all of them. And now it's finally time to hold your government accountable before it's too late. Here with the very latest.